Welcome to Stone Mountain Park, everybody. Hope you guys are doing well. You want to go do some exploring around the mountain? Do you want to go up to the top? To the apex? What would you like to do today? It's about 4 o'clock. I got a late start because of traffic. Took forever to get out here. But look at that. The clouds. Like you're headed down to the beaches of Miami or Key West or something. Always come out to look at everything the right way. Well, let's get started. I got a lot of good things to show you today. Hopefully you'll be proud when you see it. But yeah, we'll try to steer clear of the crowd so they don't think I'm crazy. But I think what I'll do is I'll go back to the vehicle first to put on suntan lotion, because I'll be in the sun mostly on the top and on the west side of the mountain. Let's go, shall we? I like that part right there. Where's it at? Right there where my fingertip is. See it? The perfect blue in the background? It's like a painting. There's people around. Anyway, let's just take a walk. Let's have a good time today. Yeah, here we go. 2 different carvings. I mean, here's one of 2 of them. Just read the name. It's an inscription, isn't it? I know you can't see it. Sorry. It's Elias Nauer, or Elias Nauer, however you want to spell it, say it. A man in the mountain. Just type in his name in Google. Elias Nauer. Yeah. I respect that man. He's a good man. Every perfect place on planet Earth has a man just like him. That is so intrigued and so caught up in something where he was motivated to be part of the mountain in a way in his life. Yeah, I'll try to keep the camera level. I will. I'll try to keep the contrast and the focus optimal to what's necessary. I didn't put on suntan lotion. I didn't. I just went back to go get the bottle, the spray can. So do you guys want to go to the top? Google Trail View style? Or do you want to go take some detours? Try not to step on the roots. Hope you enjoy the scenery. Hope you enjoy what you see on the screen. But the contrast is too backwards. Just forgive me. Oh, it's a long walk. I love it though. When I come to Stone Mountain, I can go up as many as 5 times in one day. But I've been all over this mountain. Discovered the secrets, the signs that are laid out right in front of my face. It's almost as if somebody knew I was coming by, so they laid out something specific for me to find, because I knew I was headed that route. There's the famous gumball telephone pole, just like the one at Disneyland or Disney World in Florida, where they had the famous bubblegum tree or whatever it is. When you carry on that tradition of human life and experience, you build upon it. That's the way you should. To make things perfect. Even though it may be ugly to some people, it may be nasty to others. But if you think about it, it's a work of art. A work of art created by nature and man at the same time. Am I right? You have to think in multiple scales to understand what you see. Understand the age, color composition. I know, you may think it's nasty. Yeah, I've been out here so many times, I can tell you what rocks to step on, what rocks not to step on. Perfect. All right, let's continue on. It's really humid out here. Looks like they painted new lines out here since the last time I was out here. Yeah. As you can tell, because of the contrast of the sands out here, they're not white. They're dark gray. Why is that? Because it rained earlier today. I want that rainbow in the southwest of the mountain. I want that rainbow. That's what I'm searching for today. I just want to show you something real cool up here. They need to replace it. It's pretty old. It's got some age to it. The waters of eternity rolling across the face of it. Perfect. All right. Well, look at this great boulder formation. You're going to see some nice ones today, trust me. If I don't slip. It's going to be hard to get around today. I can tell you exactly on the west side of the mountain. There's going to be a lot of this wetness out here. If they didn't have those power lines over there, you would have the perfect imagery up through here. That's the only reason I don't take images or pictures to the southwest of the mountain. Because those dang power lines. So if this is your first trip to Stone Mountain, hopefully it's going to be a good one. It's not going to be your normal one. That's for sure. I hear thunder in the background. You see the rainstorm? I'll zoom in a second. The elements of human development. Everybody's seen this before. Of course you have. It's a work of art. Whatever is left behind shall be considered a work of art in its own right. Am I right? Yeah, there go to the north towards the mountains up there. Look at that thunderstorm. Look at the water. Look at the sheet. The sheet of rain out there. Looks like fog. But it's the falling of the rain. If it moves out here, we're in trouble. So we have an option. The wind gusts are going to be pretty high. You want to go to the top? Or you want to go make some discoveries? I think we'll go to the top first so you can take a look around really quickly. Let's just hope I can keep the camera straight on the horizon. It's just like an optical illusion. That's why you can't do that on a mountain sometimes. How many mountain pictures have you looked at and studied before? Or not just mountain pictures. People who take pictures on the beach. Or from a mountain overlooking a river. Or from a mountain or a hillside overlooking an ocean. What one thing that you always find that's very troublesome in the image? What one thing is that? Exactly, you never thought about it. You should have. It's right in front of your face. The lack of the level horizon. Optical illusion with what they're looking at. Their mind wants to tilt the camera elsewhere in a different orientation. Thus resulting in a skewed skyline. Not a skyline, but a skewed horizon. Or skewed ocean waters or something. They might be some of the most perfect photographs you've ever seen. But just like in a Mona Lisa, it's anything but perfect. But it is. It's perfect, but it's not. Because it's by design. So let me just try to keep the horizons level for you while we make it up to the top. But you'll have to excuse the wind gust. I'll try to stay out here long enough to get to the sunset. Smell those pine trees. Loplolly pines. I think that's what they are. Giving you that glimpse. It's a perfect day to come out here. It is. Look at the clouds in the horizon. I know what you're saying. How come you can't keep the camera straight? Optical illusion. It's what the brain does, not me. Also, I can't see what's on the screen because the sun is behind us. Yeah, I hope you enjoy your trip to Stone Mountain today. If the volume level is too high with the wind gusts, I apologize. I'm trying to cup my arm around it, my hand around it. Like I'm whispering secrets into somebody's ear. Just like that. Look at this contrast. Look at the white shirts of these gentlemen versus the white in the background and the silver of the mountain. Look at that. The sun's in the perfect position. All right, we're almost to the top. I like coming up here really slowly because it's like a great big surprise. I'll probably have to kill the volume, split the video and kill the volume for a little bit. If you hear that, it's the reason why. It's the wind gust. So if there are sections in the video that have no sound, that's the reason why. Looks like he's about to land or something. Oh well, he's not coming this way. Or is he? No, he's not coming this way.
Oh my gosh. Wait, we need to go back? I want to be.
Yeah, I can't stay up here too long because I don't get burned to death. But I love the heat. People make fun of me when I run the heat in the spring and summertime to make it nice and cozy. All right, so we're going to try to run another 1,000 feet over there so we can catch these trolley cars. How would you like that? You want to see the cars? You want to see the Skylift in action? I know there's probably people out there who have videos like this on their accounts, whatever it may be, family videos. But I want the full experience. I want to put you right under that thing. He's probably sitting about 790 feet, that is. Trying to get that epic Stone Mountain video. But I've shot many epic Stone Mountain videos. Reminds me of that scene in Jaws. Not Jaws, but the James Bond movie with Jaws. Here we go. I want them to wave at me. Check this out. Check this out. Here we go. They're going to look like they're about to make impact. If that helicopter doesn't come over here and try to make me leave. You're making history. the waters of eternity. Coming from where? I have no idea. I've been trying to study this for years to try to find out its location, where it's coming from. It's the strangest thing. A continuous flow of water.
Hey, no. Don't get in there, it's so slippery.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, don't step in it.
Trying to find out where it's coming. Hey, trying to find out where it's coming from. See? Okay. This is what I'm talking about.
Go that way, Peyton.
We have here. I always thought it was coming from there. But I've always tried to pinpoint the angle. But if you think about it, that water would want to run out of here in about 30 minutes. It's got to be coming from somewhere else also. Anyway, let me ask you a question. We've been surrounded by water nearly every video that I've ever done so far. What is always a constant? What's so typical about water? It's fluidity. Through nature, through time, the waters of eternity. What one feature is always constant about it? Always. No matter where you go or what you do, unless there's a meteor that hits, an asteroid or something, and it disperses the water up through the atmosphere. It's no longer what? You're looking right at it. What is it about water that's always constant? Just like I told you, this is why I had to write the code. What I tell you earlier about horizons. What do you do when you're putting up windows and leveling your 2x4s when you're building a house? You bring out the level. Why do you use that bubble in the water, in the little neon green container thing, in the level? Why do you do that? Water is always what? In nature. Always level. Exactly. Water is always level in nature. Unless, like, you know, think about the common sense things like waterfalls and the way it steps down throughout the landscapes of time. On how it always tries to find and locate its lowest point, which is the ocean. The main waters of eternity. But once it reaches that ocean, or a sea, or a large body of water, like the Great Lakes, the Dead Sea, anywhere, once it reaches that lowest destination, that lowest point, it's always what? Level. Except in what? Somebody's a perfectionist. Always have been. Think forwards and backwards at the same time. Wow. Perfect. That's crazy. I'm gonna try to keep it PG-13. I am. But rated R is now PG-13 these days. Ah, you crazy idiots. Looks like Leonardo's gonna step up again. It is quite artistic though. Look at the contrast through the bottle. Look how it blends. Now I gotta find a garbage can. Perfect, look at that. Got the contrast coming across this. The sun's in the right location. That's got perfect shadowing. You got the big puffy cloud in the background. This stands out perfectly in the right hand top corner. Don't have my camera. Oh well. But anyway, I'll teach you what you should have learned. But you never chose to be taught by the teachers who were to carry on the good man's legacy. But yeah, in two different paintings, but they are one and the same. What paintings are those? They go by one name. But the first one is his, not anybody else's. It's the one that started off the code. Think forwards and backwards, people. You never did. Now I have to teach you what you should have always learned. But it would have been very difficult. The unbreakable code. It was completely unbreakable. What's opposite of water? Yeah, what's opposite of water? Land. What's opposite of land? Water. What's constant in nature all the time? What's always level in nature all the time? Water. In the second Mona Lisa, what is skewed? At 4 to 5 degrees. The water. What is always level in nature, even at the horizon? Look back at your photographs. You've always wondered why the water is skewed in your photographs. But how could that be? Water's always level in nature. It's by design. The waters in the second Mona Lisa are skewed, angled, and they're not level. By design, because it was created by another puzzle piece. The piece that started it off. What puzzle piece is that? What's opposite of water? Land. Backwards. And forwards. What's opposite of the second Mona Lisa's orientation? What's opposite of what you're looking at? A mirror image. She's in the correct orientation, but there's one painting that is not. What do I mean? You have to flip over the Isleworth. But you're not flipping over the painting. Like I said, I'm giving you clues throughout my videos and movies. What do you have to do first? You have to trace multiple of his last final paintings to put the puzzle back together, paint it backwards. Yeah. You have to trace the Isleworth to that scale. Starting with the horizon. But the original sizes match up perfectly. So you trace out the Isleworth, you flip it over. That's the beginning part of the puzzle. That's what formed the waters from the first horizon in the first Mona Lisa. The desert, the land, creating that mirror image of water. The angles match up perfectly, but you're going to think that, hey, it's just the waters and the land that matches up at that angle perfectly. But is it? There's 2 more markers I'm going to tell you. Not now. I'm going to have to show it to you on the video. And I'm going to show you the markers. The other markers that are parts of the key. Excuse the wind. But I'm going to take you around the mountain today. It's going to be fun. I'm trying to get that perfect tan. Worried about my complexion all the time. But you'll like it. Just share it with whoever. I'm not worried about the treasures. It's for the world. But I can't remember how it goes. I can't remember where anything is. I don't even know if it's a treasure anymore, really. I just know how to do the painting backwards. But we'll get to it. We will. I'm experimenting. Trying to see what it's like. I know it's out of focus for you guys, but I'm trying to use my flower of life inside of me, my cube. Try to match up the lines. I don't know. It looks good. I can't believe I walked all the way back up here to throw away a bottle of garbage. Let's go. Waiting for that little pop-up thunderstorm to the southwest to give us that double rainbow. I was out here one time with my DSLR and I was trying to get some perfect shots just like that, and a thunderstorm popped up and it had a double and triple rainbow of one another. It was perfect. But then when I tried to capture the image, my battery died. We're out here hanging out with the lichen moss, or I think that's lichen moss. You can walk out here. It's just like walking on sandpaper. It smells like perfume in this time of year. It smells like a very faint smell of perfume. Yeah, I don't think I'll be going down that way. Since it rained, there's going to be wetness all over the place, so I have to be very careful out here. No, I'm not going to step on the cactus, the cacti. Looks like we might have some rain headed this way from the northeast, unfortunately. But see, if you counted my steps right now and you measured the angle of the horizon, you can tell exactly where I was. And listening to key words and key phrases, like the code. Ta-da! Yeah. And the sound of the horn coming from what direction. Hope you enjoyed the video though. I'll try to keep it under 3 hours. But it's not the time that you should be worried about. It's what I talk about that you should be focused on. Remember, to some people, in particular entities, time means nothing. It's the content that's important, not the time. Yeah, I'm panning around because I know where I'm going. I'm just giving you the opportunity to see the way I see things, the beautiful way. Yeah, I've been out here taking pictures of these angles. Had to make sure that horizon was right. Even with a smidgen of curiosity, you have no idea what you're going to find. Perfection. Even if you find nothing at all, you'll see something that is interesting. Water comes down here. But I'm going to show you something very cool down here besides a bunch of big old rocks. The rocks of Stone Mountain, the side of Stone Mountain that people normally don't see. But people come out here all the time, they do. Trust me, they do. I run into them all the time. But they don't stop to smell the roses. You know there's no roses out here. They don't stop to look at cool things. They might take a small picture here and there, but they're not going to take them the way I do. Come out here and take 10 pictures of one rock. 2 feet down this way. Angle this way a little bit. 3 feet that way. And go home and just try to make them better. Yeah, glass. But we're going to come down here. We're going to see something really cool. You want to see something awesome? We're going to see a lot of good things today. I wish the yellow daisies were out. That's even crappier. Dang it. That's my route. Am I going to have to really climb through the hardcore way? I think I am. I'm going to have to go around because it's wet. I don't want to waste your time in it though. I don't. I want to show you something really cool. All right, where can I get out? Get down. You want me to do the fun way or just the normal human way? Let's go the fun way. Yeah. And I also have a backup battery pack with me for my camera. I mean for my phone. Yeah, I've been throughout all these places. I have. Yeah, you're asking how am I going to get down? Because that's where you have to go down there to see the perfect item that I noticed many years ago that probably no one knows about. It's kind of like that boulder. The boulder at that creek I showed you in one of my movies that I couldn't get to because they let out the river, the Beaver Dam waters at Lake Lanier, and it flooded the creek. All right, let's see what we have over here. I know where we are, but it's the perfect optical illusion. I got 2 of them out here. Well, there's multiple ones on the mountain, but I think I've looked at every single rock. I know you're going to think I'm boring as hell. Sorry about the language. I never use language. But you might think I'm boring completely. I'm not. It's just a way to help clear my mind and my motivation and heal my adrenals from school of the stress that goes along with everything. It's a nice overhang. Look at this nice John Portman rock. I call this a John Portman rock because it looks like John Portman would have come out here 50 years ago and would have seen that. Its natural form. I don't know if the Indians did that or if that's just the soft granite that's been molded by the waters over hundreds of years, possibly thousands, I'm not sure. Yeah, I met him before. Good man. Had a good chat with him. Of course, about architecture. Yeah, I've been through there. That's an awesome place to sit down when the rains are just coming down. But yeah, I'm going to be honest with you. I looked at every stone, every rock, large scale, small scale, every piece of wood out here to study. Try to get some motivation for art and architecture. Whatever it may be. Do yourself a favor. When you're filming like this, don't just pan around and just keep going straight. Always do things like this, what I'm going to show you. You didn't see what I did you? No, you didn't. All you have to do is just film your actual body in motion. Doing things because there's going to become a point in your life that you're not going to be able to do that. Always film a part of yourself doing something very significant. You never thought about that, did you? Video is a very powerful thing. And I'm going to show you something really powerful. Kind of like, remember, I did a movie about a week ago. And I saw it just like that. Where it's always these signs that are a part of me. Where all I did was I saw in the creek, the muddy creek, I pulled out something that looked like a hand. You're about to see the same thing. 45 miles away. Just hear me out here. I'm going to slip and fall. Great. Especially down there. I'm going to slip and fall. But it's right down there. You don't see it. Yeah, I'm not going there. No, I just slipped. Alright, I'm down here. It only took like 10 seconds to get down here. I had to have both hands. Because it's been so humid with all the rains. Even the lichen moss that's kind of like sandpaper is really slippery. But once I pan the camera down, this will blow your mind. It's called a different kind of motivation. Like I said about the curved rock up there, the rock formation that looked like something that John Portman might have seen. Trying to do the same thing I'm doing, looking for that motivation in nature. A man of nature. I'm a man of everything though. But Portman loved nature. But he probably saw that rock and figured out a way to combine architecture and nature at the same time. But anyway, when I pan down this camera, I'm slipping. When I pan down this camera, I want you to look at this. I know you're not looking at it now, but I want you to look at this. Hopefully the contrast is just right. But the lichen moss, or whatever it is, the moss, is giving us the right contrast. But when I point this down, tell me what you see. I saw this. Maybe nobody knows it's here. Ready? What do you think that is? You already know what that looks like. It's perfect. When I first saw this about 11 years ago, I was just blown away. That's what you're looking at. Right there. A hand pointing. Optical illusion. The perfect optical illusion. But all it is I think it's just broken off from this rock here like Pangea. Like a puzzle piece. Are you pointing us that way? Or maybe you were pointing to the sky like John the Baptist. Maybe you're at a different location. Maybe you just fell off that rock. I don't have one of those measuring devices out here to measure it, to see how perfect it was on that spot. But I'm assuming it did come off that rock. But it's a sign. You always have to pay attention to what's in front of you. Finger pointer rock. Perfect. I know the rock's not perfect, but it looks like it could be. If you just use your imagination the way someone else did. But you know what's really funny about this? This is how my mind thinks. What if someone came down here back in the 70s or the 80s and they saw this rock and they probably pulled a Benny Hill or something, tripped over it and just did a dive right down into the woods, came back up here to see what they tripped on, and they tripped on a finger. Kind of like that scene in Forrest Gump where the guy got mud on his yellow t-shirt, and when he wiped off his face it was a happy face, and he got the happy face shirt idea. You understand what I'm getting at, don't you? Or just like the guy in Forrest Gump, where it's like he stepped in something and there was a bumper sticker that said no, he didn't step in anything, or he got an accident or something and there was a bumper sticker that said it happens. You already know what that said. But like this, you already know what I'm going to say. What if that guy or that lady came out here and tripped on this and fell and bumped her head and she saw this and got the idea for that sporting event finger, the foam finger that's at every sporting event known to mankind? We're number one. Exactly. Trying to get that tree lined up perfectly to the horizontal. Here it is, right in front of our face. It's a perfect circle. It's got a couple of broken edges, but you just have to conclude that it was perfect at one point. But yes, this thing, look at that. It's that flower of life that's working inside of me. Came across here and the first thing I saw was this, a mile away. Yeah, not really, but you know. But it's supposed to go to something. It goes to something. What does it go to? It's just another sign. Metatron cube, flower of life, perfect circles. Yeah, that's not broken off. It's just the contrast right there that you're looking at. You think the green is the end of it. It's not. That is. The moss on it. That's broken off. All right, take a look at these things. I know, the sienna color, rust color. Awesome. Yeah, but look at this bad boy up here. It's like a hood ornament. I love this thing up here. I come by to look at it every time. If I don't slip and fall. No, it's not far. It's like a 2-foot drop. No big deal. But yeah, it looks like a hood ornament. It's perfect. The sun's not in the right location though. So I'll have to change the contrast a little bit, let you take a look at it. Yeah. Let's get up on here. Let's just scroll over it like a map. Let you look at it. So you can map it within your mind. It's incredible. You probably don't think so. It's been gone for about maybe 10 or 12 years, maybe even longer than that. Looks like brush strokes. But I like this part here. Got a little bit of medieval Renaissance motivation going on here. Some influence. Looks like a dragon, doesn't it? No, I didn't carve it. I didn't do it. It's not carved. Just don't touch it. It's real fragile. It's perfect. Could you imagine painting this? Yeah. I mean, not just painting it in a picture, but painting it white or something. Medieval influence. I try not to touch it too much. Got a little bit of Asian influence, really, also. But I just think about medieval dragons. The Renaissance era. But what else does it remind you of? I'd hate to say this. What else does that part remind you of? That's going to lead us to the second part that I'm going to show you. Not down here, it's another tree. You got thinking forwards and backwards. It's gorgeous. Some of it's fragile, some of it's for really solid pieces. But think about it. I know it looks like some medieval influence with dragon and all. But what else also does it look like to you? What do you think it looks like? It starts with a D or an S. I know what you're going to say, which is going to lead us to the next 3 or 4 minutes. Starts with a D or an S. Who is that person? It's not a person. It's a B. I don't want to say the word. Which leads us to this one here. You got to think forwards and backwards. What's opposite of that one being? Starts with a D or an S, whatever you want to call them. What do you believe in? Angel Tree of Stone Mountain. She's been gone for about 30 years, I guess, I don't know, maybe only 10, 15. An old pine tree. But she is solid as a rock. When I saw this, I almost fell off the mountain because I knew what I was looking at. But I'm a man of science. But what I've discovered is that they are science. It's just what we believe in. I'll give you an idea of human race. Whatever you believe in and think of comes true to you in science. They don't have wings. They don't. It's just what you believe in, and they know this. So they give you, listen to this, they display to you, and they give you what you believe in. But don't touch her. You can stick your hand inside. No pun intended, but yeah, just stick your hand in there. You'll feel something interesting. Look at those wings. It's what the mind sees, what the soul believes. I'm not trying to scare you, no. Why is it scary? The universe is a very strange place. Angel Tree of Stone Mountain. She looks like she's about to fall down though, look at that. She's going to fall down with any kind of brisk wind coming up. But we have a friend up here who's hanging on to her so everybody can see her. She's resting quite nicely against this pine tree here that's still alive. They're buddies. One that's no longer here, and one that's trying to support her so she doesn't fall down. So she still is evident to the passerby. I can't say that with my sinuses. The people passing by, hoping that they see her. But I did see you. I'll see you later. I promise. Always do. I want to teach you something very significant. Yeah, I know, I try to do different things, try to see things differently. But you know, the world is filled with nothing but hate these days. There's a lot of love, but hate overshadows the love in the world. You know, it does. But I want to explain something to you. That's another reason why I came to the mountain today, because I love this mountain. You always have to go to the mountains because it holds secrets. Secrets to help you understand life, your own life, human life, the direction you're headed into, the direction you actually need to go into to make things better. What separates us these days? Race. Our prejudices against one another, racial tensions. Our luck is blending perfect, the way it should be. Clear it away. The light exposes everything. The light's supposed to help take away our differences against one another. The light is supposed to expose the beauty in everything, on how we are all one and the same. You don't understand that, do you? We're human. Or at least I don't know what I am. No, I don't know what I am. I'm crazy? No. I don't know. But I know that's perfect up there. So let's talk about this concept of mine. But it's a concept that you never knew about. We're all the same. We are. Deep down inside. Look at a perfectly tan person's palm. Palm of their hand. What color is it? Why do Caucasian people like tanning? To reach that perfection, that equilibrium, the perfect tan. So Stone Mountain is going to teach you something today about how to get rid of your differences and your prejudices, because we're all the same. We are. You're not going to agree with me. I know you're not. You're not going to agree with me. But that's okay. I accept that. I'm just different. Oh, perfect triangle. But let me find some rocks. Let's have Stone Mountain. A perfect formation of nature. To explain this concept. But I'm trying to look for the perfect spot so Stone Mountain can teach you instead of me. Look at that, even a perfect triangle. Almost, but there's no rock there. It's an optical illusion. Let Stone Mountain teach you this. Alright, we're all the same. We are. We're different colors, and I'll get to that in a minute. Has to do with evolution, the way someone else already studied evolution. We don't live long enough. We don't. But you can be granted more time, if you know what I mean. What are you looking at in front of you? The mountain's going to teach this to you. The mountain is one thing. The mountain is granite. It's one complete object. We're all human. We can be considered one being if you think about it. What are you looking at in front of you besides the mountain? You got to think the way someone else thought. What do you see? Color differences. What does that represent? You're right. Good job. Everything in between. But we're all the same thing. We are just like Stone Mountain. We're human. But we're different colors. Just like Stone Mountain. But why is Stone Mountain different colors? Why? Think about science. Think about nature. Nature speaks volumes. You got to give it the chance to help you see the light. If you catch my drift. Why is Stone Mountain different? Why? The details of time. The effects of what? Light. The sun. The star of life. Oh, now everything that comes from the star of life, that's a result of the star of life above us. Rain, thunderstorms, everything results in what you see in front of you. This and us. Just because people live in a tropical location, in the dark, doesn't mean you should have prejudices against them. We're all the same. Just like clouds are. Perfect. White and dark. But they're clouds. Everything around you is trying to tell you that. But you don't want to listen. See how far it goes. Not far. So everything around us is trying to tell you that. But we're the only thing out here on this planet who is completely backwards from what everything else is. It's the essence of time, the star of life, nature, everything that creates our color. But there's one particular human being, or not a human being, but there's one particular being that has or sees no color in any of us. Who's that one being? Wow, look at that one. Gee, great. But I hope you understand what I'm talking about. Just listen to the nature around you. It's trying to tell you something. Like this. See? Even in one single rock, it says everything. Yeah. But you're going to have to change your ways. You're going to have to change your ideas. You're going to have to change your mind about how you react and accept others but you don't accept them. You still don't. In some ways you do. We're moving in the right direction, but we're still stuck. Only time can tell. But that's another reason for the Mona Lisa. That's another reason why she's so perfect. Everything about both of them is perfect. The olive colored skin, the perfect eyes, the perfect tones, the perfect hair. You might not think, but the Mona Lisa is more than just perfect. Where thousands of years of erosion comes right down through this one spot. And if you catch it just right during a thunderstorm, you'll feel like you know who. With the rain's just flowing around you. You don't feel trapped. You just feel this essence of whatever you want to feel. Yeah, we're just going to walk around a little bit down here. The combination. And what do I mean by combination of something? Combining stuff. You got to think about the future the way someone else did. Their ideas, their studies of the human race. The apex of the human existence. The perfect human being is what they showcase within the essence of expression, design, color, everything. Why is that? You can do it today. You can. Michael Jackson's video, one of his videos, speaks volumes and explains it all. That one where you have like 100 people and their faces are just switching through really fast, like a flip book or something. That explains everything, what I'm trying to talk to you about. What the Mona Lisa also details. What she exhibits for all of us. The perfect human being. What is the perfect human being? When we reach that apex, thousands, maybe even millions of years from now, we're going to come to an apex of human existence. Not in technology. We're at that point now with technology. We're getting there. We're almost there. But when it comes to our own generation, our own genesis, that's what I'm talking about. Basically what we're going to look like in the future, millions of years from now, when everybody falls in love with one another and they combine, races combine. It's already starting to happen now. How many people now these days identify themselves under 10 multiple different races? I'm French, Italian, African, Haitian, Indian, Brazilian, a little bit of Russian, Chinese. Exactly, the perfect human being, where nobody has any differences. Everybody's almost the same. They're all beautiful. They're perfect. Hence, what she details, Mona Lisa. But that's only part of the painting. Like I said, we're heading in that direction. But he knew we were going to head in that direction. He knew we were. It's inevitable. But it's not bad. It's perfect, if you think about it. No, I'm not trying to scare you. No, why would I? But it's perfect. We're slowly starting to head in that direction, but it's going to take a few thousand years, maybe a million, I don't know, to reach that apex of perfection within the human race, where we'll all be as one. Art speaks volumes if you give it a chance, if you learn how to understand it the way someone else did. Art, nature, explains everything to us. Let's see how deep this spot is down here. It's usually about 2 feet deep. Last time I came here, it was bone dry. Oh good, it's deep this time. Look at this. And it is starting to rain. Huh, cool. It's alright. Yeah, look at the colors. Look at that. It's maxed out. I've never seen it this deep before. Well, of course it rained earlier, so. Look at the colors. I'm taking a picture. Maybe I gotta zoom in a little bit. I don't think the sun's coming back out for another 20 minutes or so. I want to sit out here so the sun comes. Oh, yeah. Bingo, what I've been waiting on all day. See? Yeah, I can predict stuff. I can. I know the time of day, the position, cloud formation. I can be the greatest forecaster if you want me to. Weather reporter. I told you that the second I got here. I was waiting on one of those. There's another one right there. One right in front of it. But it's disappearing right now. What'd I tell you? Oops. I'm not watching where I'm stepping. I think we might have a great sunset. I'm trying to predict one. Like I predicted that bad boy. But I knew it was going to come sooner or later. Look, a swimmer. Look at the cloud right there. Is that an angel? No. If you want to see a picture of an angel in the clouds, I'll show you one. I'll cut this part of the movie out right here at this point, and I'll show you what I was talking about. But look at that. A swimmer. There's his head. There's his arm outreached. Looks like he's headed out southwest. Maybe it's a sign that it's going to be just overloaded with flood warnings down there and he's swimming. So you got the head in perspective. You have his arm with his elbow, his backside, and his leg. See his leg? Yeah. And that little bit right there that you see is his arm. The one that's pushing back is that one's pushing forward. A swimmer. We're looking underwater. Up towards him as the sun is beating down on him. And you're looking from below as he's headed southwest in that direction. We have about an hour and a half before sun sets. But it's a game of time, a game with the time. It's testing us, it's testing me, it's testing all of us, our anticipations, our beliefs, our ideas. Right in the middle. Perfect. Wonder what would happen if I cleared that out. Don't worry, I won't. I promise. I'm trying to find my arrow to show you another reason why nature is so perfect. Arrow at? My perfect little arrow. No one will ever see this. I might be the only first human being ever to see this. Very tiny arrow. But because of the contrast, your brain thinks that you're in a different location. Where's my perfect arrow? It's pointing us into a direction. I know where it is. It's right here. Yeah. The tourmaline. Yeah, it's just tourmaline just like that. It's just a carbon inside the granite. But it's a perfect arrow. Hence, perfect nature. Where is it pointing us? That way. Where's that perfect angle I came out here and saw? Is that one? Looks like a pair of tweezers to me. Is it a carving? Maybe. Where's my perfect angle at? Out here. Yeah, I know, I see everything. Because my Metatron cube is always kicking in. It's always on me. It's in me. It never leaves, which it's not supposed to. It's here somewhere. You'll see it. You'll get blown away by it. It's a perfect angle. It's almost like someone carved it in there themselves. But it's on a flat surface. Bingo. Found it. What do you think about this one? When I saw this, it hit me like a ton of bricks. It's a little tiny quartz inclusion vein inside of it that forms this perfect angle. I don't know, what is it, 30 degrees, 33? What's the latitude of the sun? For this part of the continent? 33 degrees, I think. I don't want to bring out my protractor out here just to measure that, but my mind sees 30 degrees or around 30 to 33 degrees. But it's just a quartz inclusion, that's all it is. Quartz vein. But look at that point. Telling me something. Telling us all something. nature and the earth speaks to us in many ways, through art and everything else, geometry, mathematics. I wonder how many other people saw this before. I knew where it was. Just, I've looked at everything on the mountain. They're getting dumped on right there. Look at that angle. Right there in the center is where they're getting dumped on. You're talking about 6 or 7 miles of just a complete pour down. Hey. Yeah, that's headed this way too. Perfect.